Hey everyone, I'm Aya Rashid, and then this is my future goals as an educational studies major assignment. So, first, I just made a little table of contents page. First places, as I stated, I'm Aya Rashid, and I am majoring in elementary education, and I'm trying to become an elementary school teacher. My strengths. I have a plan for pretty much the next 5 to 10 years of my life. I know where I want to get my bachelor's from. I know where I want to get my master's from. I know what I want to do for a living. I know where I'm going to work. And I just have a really good idea of where I'm going to be for a little while. So I feel like I'm all set and I'm really positive on that. And something I found in my textbook is we have the freedom of choice, that we are not beholden to our sentiments. And that really stood out to me. And I thought that was very interesting. And I really wanted to include it in this presentation. I have always been a strong and independent woman. I've always taken care of myself starting at a young age. I started learning a lot of things that you wouldn't really learn until adulthood. So I think I have many strengths and I will use those strengths to better myself as a person and as a teacher. Leadership. I've learned over the years how to talk to people, especially with working in customer service. I have had jobs where I was the leader of a group or people at work, whatever it may be, or even if it was like for a school project or if it was like summer camp or something like that. If I was a TA and I was in charge of a group, I have learned how to speak to certain people, certain age groups, and stuff like that. And something I found is leaders say leadership involves giving clean directions, aiming for success and developing and motivating a team. And I thought that was really interesting, and I really had to include that in here. Sorry, I thought I clicked it twice. Okay, next is motivation. I have a handful of teachers who have influenced me and have motivated me on making my final decision for my career a teacher. However, there is one particular teacher that I had for third grade who I think about all the time as to why I want to become a teacher. And something else I found in the textbook that's good for this page is find a friend or ally and enjoy the process. I still keep in touch with that teacher. We are friends to this day. And while she is not local anymore, whenever she is local or whenever I'm in her area, because I believe she's in Texas, we hang out and it's a really good time. And we just go back and forth when we talk about like our future careers and everything. Like she's already a teacher, but I'm talking about my future, and she's giving me all this advice, and I'm just enjoying being able to get all this advice from her. Next is role model. So the first teacher is Mrs. Turner. And in the previous slide, I was talking about how I had a teacher for third and fourth grade. That is Mrs. Turner. The last slide, I was literally talking about Mrs. Turner. She taught me everything I know. I know I only had her for third and fourth grade, and we honestly asked her at the end of fourth grade if we can have her for fifth grade and beyond, but sadly she did move to Texas for her husband's job. But anyway, she's really a true inspiration to all, and she taught us all so many things. And we just have so many memories with her that we will never forget. The next one is Miss Jackson. She was never my teacher. However, she was my volleyball coach for pretty much my whole childhood. I was her teacher assistant when I was a senior in high school. And I know that many other teachers, coworkers, parents, and students spoke highly of her. Something I found in the textbook was when we encounter new situations, we sometimes deliberate carefully before acting. And I thought that was something that I should include. And the last role model I have is Mr. Hansen, and he was my science teacher when I was a freshman in high school. And being a freshman in high school is kind of scary, like being like the new group or like the baby group, I'm not really sure what to call it, was pretty scary. So for a good chunk of freshman year, I kept my head down. I wasn't so as social as I am now. Because I am a pretty talkative person and my friends can back me up on that. But freshman year, I pretty much was not myself because I was like, I didn't feel like I belonged there. But, anyways, Mr. Hanson made me feel like I belonged there. He always had my back. When I didn't understand something, he would help me understand. He would take the time to get to know me. And, seeing a teacher that truly cares and goes above and beyond has really inspired me. And he was my role model all throughout high school. I would visit him from time to time throughout high school, and he was really great. And something I found in the textbook is, in emotional terms, recognition is often referred to as a kind of intuition. I thought that was pretty cool. Next one is implementing empathy and advocacy. As a teacher, I am going to and forever will have my students' backs, whether it's because they got in trouble and they're getting punished unfairly, they believe that they got an assignment graded incorrectly, etc. Whatever it is, I will have their back, I will have a discussion with them, and I'm not just going to jump to conclusions. And I truly want to make sure that none of my students feel like they should go shove themselves in a dark corner and be all alone and feel isolated. I never, ever, ever want them to feel that way, and I want them to know that I have their back. And I will make it extremely crystal clear that my door is open for anyone and everyone. Even if you're not a student, you're always welcome in my classroom, and I will always stress that as a teacher. My noble goals. So the first goal I have is changing the game. I feel a lot of teachers, especially those that have worked as a teacher these past few years, can say that this profession definitely isn't easy. I know that this profession isn't easy. I know I can't really speak from experience, but I have seen teachers become burnout from this job. I have heard stories from teachers who are like, I just can't do it anymore, and have changed career paths. I've even had old teachers who changed career paths and told me, like, don't become a teacher, like, don't do it, like, trying to influence me to change my mind. But honestly, I just can't. Once I have my mind set, it's not going anywhere. So yeah, I really want to change the game. Teachers need to get treated more fairly by everyone and anyone. They need to get a salary that they deserve. Many people like to say that we get babysitter pay, but truly, if you did the math, a babysitter gets paid more, which, kind of sucks. Something I found in an article is they commit to continually bettering themselves. And I believe that is what teachers do for their students and for everyone else. And the next goal I have is be the teacher everyone can come to. For as long as I can remember, I have always dreamed of being the teacher everyone talks about that had their back. I don't want to be the teacher that everyone talks trash about. I want to be the teacher that's like, wow, man, I just lost so-and-so. And, Miss Rashid really had my back. I want to be that teacher. I want to stress that I will always support you, whether it's inside or outside the classroom, and I always have your back. And my door is always open. I'm always a text away, email, whatever it is. I'm always there. And then these are my sources, and I really hope you guys like my presentation. Thank you.